What's the easiest choice you can make? Window instead of middle seat? Picking a vendor who sends a great gift basket? Outsourcing business tasks you hate? What about selling with Shopify? Whether you're selling a little or a lot, Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage to the first real-life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit a million orders stage. Shopify's there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell. Wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/try. Go to shopify.com/try now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/try.
O'Reilly.
Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hashtag no music, no intro. Another episode of Hashtag Saints Twitter podcast coming at you. This is our hashtag on paper episode, largely because I'm sure there are a plethora of things that Ryan and I could try to talk about, football related, Saints related, as it is in the complete dead period. But what we decided to do this evening is to just really have a deep dive into this Saints team's roster. And we keep saying on paper. And I pulled up the depth chart right now. I'm on RLAS. We're gonna dig into the offense, we're gonna dig into the defense, and talk about position groups as a whole, talk about some specific players. But before we get into any of that, I would just want to say truly, absolutely what we have planned these next couple of upcoming months between essentially July and November for the podcast. It's just truly amazing. I'm very proud of everything that we're doing. And absolutely it's I think people who are Patreons are seeing the benefits of being a Patreon. We're having a Saints Twitter podcast brunch in July in Malibu for the Patreons. Probably like one of the fucking fanciest things I've organized. And we have 17 people are going to be at that. The Saints game, our meetup in October. We have 19 seats for the Bears game altogether, and there's enough of us, if you were able to get a ticket to sit in the 19, there's enough of us, there's enough Patreons, who potentially may be going to the game where you could, whoever wants to take charge of it and organize, getting 10 more seats together, easily done. And then it's crazy, but as of now, there's 31 of us going to the Rams game, the 21st of December. I'm actually going to purchase those group tickets tomorrow. 31 people, and I think we may get one or two more that are attending that Rams game.
That's crazy.
In LA. Absolutely insane. We've had an influx of Patreons. We're 10 away from our goal of reaching 200 Patreons. Hopefully we can get there, sooner rather than later, because that has been a big goal for us for a while. But more than anything, just I want to thank all of our listeners, all our supporters, all our Patreons who stick with us and just continue to listen to us when even sometimes we don't have much shit to talk about, right? Our Discord community for our Patreons has just been exploding lately.
Oh, man.
Just the number of people joining, the conversations always consistently happening. It's amazing, man. And I just wanted to
you know why I love our Discord, bro? It reminds me of old Twitter a little bit. Like, you remember when you just talk about anything on old Twitter? Like, anything, bro. Just whatever the fuck, just the stupidest thing on your mind. You just tweet about it and then just get in a conversation with one or two people. And, you know, and it flows like that. Well, now Twitter is just kind of, I don't know, just kind of a mess. So the Discord, I think if anything, about all the things you get a lot with being a Patreon, just for like $1, just for like $1 a month. The Discord is the number one thing. Like, that thing, not bad. Like, that's a nice fucking deal.
It's funny too, because you have people like, I don't know how to use Discord, and I get it. Like, especially like if you never used it before, it's a little like, what is this? But it literally is just a living message board, like a forum. That's all it is. Like, it's just in real time. It's on your phone or it's on your computer. That's all it is. But truly, thank y'all for all the support, especially like we're getting all the support in May, like when like there's not really anything happening. So it's amazing. Thank y'all. And obviously the support we get, what we get through Patreon, obviously we take that, we put it back towards the community. And that's what our goal is, and our goal that we try to maintain to be. But let's dig into this team, the hashtag on paper episode. So I'm going to start with the offense, right? I'm going to start with the offense. I'm going to give you the offensive line. And this is our last, so they're assuming everyone's healthy. But I'm going to give you the offensive line. Okay. Trevor Penning, Andrus Peat, Erik McCoy, Cesar Ruiz, Ryan Ramczyk, and then you have James Hurst as kind of that swing tackle. And then the depth, you have Lewis Kidd, Kevin Throckmorton, Nick Salaverde, who they drafted, Storm Norton, who they added as a free agent this offseason, Landon Young, and then a couple of college free agents. Ooh.
Man.
So this is the on paper episode. So I want you to just start off with what would need to go right for this group to succeed, and highlight any potential players on the starting offensive line or even backup offensive line.
I mean, ideally, obviously, you would want your starters, your entrenched starters to be there. You would want, Ramczyk, Cesar Ruiz bouncing back, Erik McCoy, Andrus Peat, and the biggest one, obviously, like literally and figuratively, is Penning. He is the key to all of it. If he can come in, bounce back, get healthy, stay healthy, and be good. He ain't got to start out great, but at least start and be good. Like, that changes the game for the offensive line, period. Like, that changes the game. But, they did a pretty good job, bro, just kind of building in depth. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ruiz, we'll see how he works out. According to reports, Nick Salaverde, they had him right there, right guard, at rookie minicamp. Look, we'll see what that means. We don't know how they'll move him around, but, he's somebody that, maybe just from when I saw an interview of him, bro, the dude looked like he's been in the league like 10 years already. Like, the dude just, like the way he carries himself, just like he just matured, looks smart. I don't know but he just looks like a guy that's going to play in the league for, about 8-9 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know how good he's going to be, but I just feel like if he stays healthy, he's going to be a guy that can contribute. And, if he has to jump in for Cesar Ruiz while he's trying to bounce back or maybe take his job, ain't nothing wrong with that. It's going to be like a thing they just going to have to figure out, bro. Like, just get the best starting five on the field by week 1. You know what I'm saying? And have that depth in place. because you know Andrews Pete ain't gonna Pete. We know Pete gonna Pete, bro.
How many games does Andrews Pete play this season?
I say the over under is 7.5.
This nigga been working in Vegas before.
That's why Hurst is good. Like Hurst, he ain't got to worry about a job. He gonna get a job somewhere on that line. I don't know where, but he gonna have a job on that line somewhere. He gonna put him in the Hurst.
He has to.
But the question is, I like they got a lot of dudes like Throckmorton. They've been developing him for a while. Landon Young, like they drafted him, and they've been kind of like they've been working on these dudes. So it's gonna be interesting to see how it plays out, bro.
I mean, and at some point, either you invest into a player, young player, regardless of the position, but especially at offensive line, if that player at some point just doesn't start producing or taking to whatever, then obviously, like at some point, you just got to cut bait in terms of right, like it just didn't work out. But they do have depth, and to me, that's going to be the key. Is not only having depth, and I want to be clear about this when I say this. It's having depth doesn't mean just having a lot of backups and having a lot of names. Having depth means if someone gets injured, and we know that there's a tendency and it's probably going to be an injury somewhere along that offensive line at some point, placement, it isn't a drastic step in play a drastic play level from a starter to a backup. That's what like the true definition of having depth is.
Right.
And I think they're gonna need it. You hit it with Penning. He's not only the key to the offensive line, he's the key to last year's draft class because he takes it depending on how he turns or how he ends up. That draft class could be, good, or even maybe even very good with Olave and Alontae Taylor. But if Penning can out, bro, like that takes it to another level.
Right.
It takes it to another level. It eases the blow of trading, a pick that ended up being top 10 to the Eagles. I'm sorry, but it was for Penning, bro. Like that's how the Saints saw it. It wasn't a trade for Olave. They saw it as a trade for Penning. Right. And he really is the key. Like, hopefully he's healthy. Hopefully he can come and be ready by week 1. Because I just hope that's progress, bro. Progress. I don't think that they would, and I hope that they won't, because I do think that having James Hurst as a backup is going to be beneficial and crucial for the upcoming season. But if there's a team that comes around and offers them something of value for James Hurst, and you know how sometimes the Saints think they got things made in the shade and the position is set, and they just make, a move that they probably shouldn't make, not thinking like long term. I hope with James Hurst that doesn't come to fruition. Like if, in training camp or preseason, a team that desperately needs a starting left tackle,
right?
Even an average starting left tackle, offers to maybe overpay in a draft pick or whatever, and they trade James Hurst because as soon as James Hurst gets traded in practice leading up to week 1, someone going down, bro. Like it. It's written.
I can already hear like the announcer on the game, like, and the Saints traded. They're backup Hurst to the Eagles, and whatever. But Hurst, bro, like Hurst would. I mean, I'm not saying he would get like a nice pick or nothing, but like, bro, like they got some bad O-lines in this league, bro. So you see somebody like Hurst,
I'm saying, bro,
okay. Like no matter where you put him, he's just okay. It's not good, great, but you just put him somewhere and he's okay. Like, that's valuable in the league. You know what I'm saying?
Huge, bro. It's huge. All right, so let's move on to, man, it's gonna feel a little unreal to talk about this position like this,
Bro.
So I gotta start with the lead, and if maybe the signing doesn't work out, maybe it's nothing, bruh. But them signing James Washington on a 1-year deal, when you have a draft bay, you never let go of your draft bay. You just never let it go. Now, he didn't work out in Pittsburgh. He had some flashes here and there, but he didn't work out. Being a second round pick for the Steelers, gets cut, I believe, and then ends up with Dallas and doesn't really do much of anything for the Cowboys because he got a pretty bad injury. So it's a flyer signing, and he might not even make the team. I'm just going to run down all these names. Okay. Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed, Michael Thomas, A.T. Perry, Quan Baker, Brian Edwards, Kurt Merritt, James Washington, Keith Kirkwood, a.k.a. Keith Backwood. Shout out to our dude Miguel. Malik Flowers, Shaq Davis, Traquan Smith.
That's this is one of the best wide receiver competitions going into camp that we've had in a long time, bro.
It's insane.
I really can't remember.
And
it's insane. It's insane, man. Because top two, Chris Olave, top three, Chris Olave, Shaheed, Michael Thomas. We know they're not going nowhere. But after that, whoever, I just have no idea. You're not.
And it reminds me, and someone put the gift in our Discord one day about the scene from The Dark Knight, bro, with the Joker, like massive expansion and there's only one position, like whoever,
because they typically carry 5, maybe 6 at
right.
most. So that's about 3 spots. And I don't know. I mean, you would think A.T. Perry makes the team, but he was a 6th-round pick. But looking at him, he should make the team. But I don't know.
We don't know, bro. We don't know. Like, I would think his talent would win out, but we don't know.
Yeah.
Shaq
Davis, even undrafted, like Shaq Davis, dude, 6'5". I don't know, bro.
And the thing that is insane is I think the Saints have legitimate interest in adding Hunter Renfrow to the team. Some facet. Now I'm not saying on here that it's gonna happen. I'm not saying on here that it's a for sure thing, but I'm just saying that I feel like there is legitimate interest for them to add Hunter Renfrow to the team if he gets cut by the Las Vegas Raiders after June 1st, or maybe they feel like, oh, let's maybe try to trade for him ahead of June 1st before he gets cut, because then if he does get cut, we might not be able to sign him as a free agent if he picks another team. To me, this kind of shows that they have been at least able, offensively, they were able to self-scout themselves at the offensive side of the football, realize that they needed weapons, and an upgrade at quarterback. And for me, this is DA's way of saying, all right, Pete Carmichael, all right, or Pete, this is DA and Mickey saying, look, we've done our part. Like we have done our part. Figure it out offensively. and I will worry about the defense. That's what this signifies to me.
Bro, like P. Carmichael, I said this before the last season. Like, it's your time, bro. Like, step it up. Step it up. You've been sitting under Sean Payton all these years. And I know you learned a lot. I know you picked up a lot from this dude. Like, it's time to bring it, bro. And if, DA come to you talking about, I just want to tell him shut the fuck up. I got an offense over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to run this offense, bro. You got a quarterback that is smart, that has a live arm, that's tough, young. You got weapons. You got, like, there's no excuse for you to not bring it on offense, bro. Like, this, like, looking at these receivers.
I know we haven't gone through the whole offense. How many points should this team average? That's my question. How many points this team should average?
I can't give you a number, but I keep thinking they should be a top 10 scoring offense. Have a top 10 scoring offense. Maybe not top 5, but just top 10. Like, they should be able to show, 27, 28 points per game.
I was going to say I was being a little concerned. I was going to say 24.
Damn, that would be kind of a disappointment. I don't know what they scored last year. But 24 would be a disappointment, bro. That'd be a disappointment. With all these wide receivers and all these running backs.
I get it, bro. I get it. Oh, okay. 27. All right, 27. They should get to 27.
Like 27. Like, they could get to 27, bro. Like 27. We'll see how the league plays out because, it kind of moves and swings. Last year, like, league-wide scoring was like at like a 10, like 15-year low or something like that. It was weird. We'll see if that continues, but that's just how the league is. But nah, bro, they should be a top 10 scoring defense. There's no reason they shouldn't be,
Right.
But but they're how shit goes, bro. Like, it happens.
It's not on paper. That's why we're doing this episode right now.
On paper, baby.
Okay, I know this is going to sound. Getting back to the Renfrow thing, if they were to add him, whether it be trade or later on, if they sign him after he if he gets cut by the Raiders, there's going to be some decent or okay-ish receivers that don't make this team.
A lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that practice squad going to be stacked, bro.
Yes.
And if they did get Renfrow, I mean, there's your top 4.
Easy. It's clear cut. Who the top 4 is.
So then you'll just be battling to see who takes the 5th and 6th spot, if there's a 6th spot. Which would have to be somebody that contributes on special teams. It's tough. It's tough, man. I would think. I mean, Tre'Quan got to be out of here, right?
Got to go, bro. He got to go, Ryan. He got to go, Ryan.
What are you keeping him for?
Nostalgia? Blocking? No, bro. Like,
why you blocking one more time? I'm not saying wide receiver blocking isn't important. It's important. I understand. But come on, man. We talk about a roster spot. And money, like actual money, dollars spent on that. You can't tell me A.T. Perry can't block.
Come on,
can't learn to block.
Something. I need him to go. I need him to go, bro.
Gotta go.
I mean, there's a reason when I listed all those wide receivers, I said his name last, right? Like that was on purpose. Hashtag on purpose.
Wish you had more time.
Like you said, the wide receiver battle in training camp. Woo!
And I love, bro, it's crazy because as much as we fuck on the Saints, you know what I'm saying? They've done a good job, bro. Like, they've really done a good job because even the competition they brought in their wide receiver, it's not like, 38-year-old, wide receivers. These are dudes that, James Washington, Brian Edwards, these are dudes that still young, just got drafted a few years ago that showed production. But for whatever reason, injuries or whatever, mostly injuries, they just kind of, fall into the wayside. So these are dudes that have upside. You know, maybe they work out, maybe they don't. But those are the like, you know, if you're investing in stocks, like those are the type of stocks that you will want to, let me throw a couple of dollars here and just see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Like those are the stocks that could come and just, you know, blow you away. So I love those type of moves, man. Like because you don't know, you know what I'm saying? You don't know, but you're not going in. It's not a stupid bet. It's not like you're betting on something that has nothing there.
They're all low risk potential,
right?
Low to mid to even potentially high reward moves. That's it.
Exactly. Even if, like, say James Washington, I don't have his stats in front of me, but say he gives you what he gave the Steelers, you know, his first couple of years. Like, that's fine. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't like blowing anybody away. But if that's your fifth wide receiver, like, okay, I'll take that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I take that. Like, that's some playmaking I take.
Man, they've completely just turned around the wide receiver room. It's say what, you know, we said plenty about Dennis Allen before, but you say what you want to say about him or Mickey, at least in terms of the vision and addressing that side of the ball or that specific position group, they have been outstanding with that. Let's go over to the tight end position. Juwan Johnson, Taysom Hill, Foster Moreau, Lucas Kroll, and Miller. That's not a real player. Good. Like this, I feel weird talking about this group because a lot kind of hinges on Foster Moreau, and I don't know. I still haven't brought myself to terms with it, bro. Like, I know he did the interview with Adam Schefter. I know he explained it, and I get it. I don't know. It's just an internal thing where it just still makes me feel kind of uneasy, and that's a me thing. That's me.
I get it, man. It's wild, bro. Like every time I see it, I'm like, man,
it's weird, right?
He said he was out there catching passes with Derek Carr and all that. I'm like, jeez.
But if he is okay, into remission, if he is healthy as he can be, or as healthy in terms of he starts being in remission for cancer, Juwan Johnson, Taysom Hill, and Foster Moreau, that's pretty good wide receiver room, man.
Oh yeah, man. Like, to go with the wide receivers, that's hella good, man. Like, Moreau gives you all the things you want. He gives you everything you wanted from Adam Trautman.
Bingo.
He gives you all those things. You know what I'm saying? So that just to replace Adam Trautman with that, I mean, it's beautiful, bro. Beautiful,
man.
And man, I tell you, man, like Carr. Like, I think Carr is going to put Juwan to work, bro. I think they're going to do some work together. You know, we saw with Andy Dalton what just Andy was able to do. And I think with Carr, you're going to see him take it kind of up just a notch or two up. And, you know, that could be a nice little thing, bro. That could be a beautiful marriage that we see. And he already has somewhat of a vibe with Monroe.
Yes. Oh, yeah. A very good one. And I feel like he, like, as weird as it is, and I guess we could talk about it here in the position group, I feel like Taysom Hill as, like, a receiving weapon, like, and I don't know if that means that what his function is going to be. I think that's the interesting thing that kind of lost this offseason. What is Taysom Hill's function in this offense going forward?
Yeah, man, like they've moved more to just traditional roles, and he's been so good at just filling the hole. Wherever there's a hole, he's filled it some kind of way. And as the Saints have filled these holes with legitimate players, is like, you know, where does he fit in? But I think he's just been good for the team so long. Like, they know they're going to need him at some point, somewhere. Like, don't know where, but they're gonna need him. But it is an interesting question, man. Like I don't know where is he gonna get his snaps, especially when you look at what they're paying him.
Short yardage? I don't know. But then you
know,
got Jamal Williams, so I don't know. And I'm not
even when you look at Derek Carr, is like I'm not saying he's a runner, but he could move. And he a big dude, like you know what I'm saying. So like even in those like short yardage situations where your quarterback needs to convert 3rd and 1, you can stick Derek Carr in there. Derek Carr, he go and get it. Whereas Andy Dalton or Jameis Winston, you probably didn't want to do that with them. So it's like I don't even know where Taysom really getting his snaps at, bro.
I don't know if this has been talked about more so, and we're not saying this to incite our dude Eric Hudat Homo. Also, big shout out to Eric for passing the bar. That's Eric Hudat Homo Esquire. Put some respect on our dude's name.
Please do.
So I'm not trying to like incite Eric or anything, but just like I don't know, man. I think that is one of, if this was an episode of like sneaky training camp, that's one of the most intriguing subplots of training camp for the Saints is what is Taysom Hill's role on the team. I would have to pull up Stack Track to kind of see what like his like cap numbers is and things like that.
It's probably something stupid.
I know, bro, but it kind of goes to if old man Sean gets an inkling, right? And he's just whatever. You know how Sean is, and you know how Sean was with Taysom. And he gets this inkling of like, I think I could use Taysom in this role, and blah blah blah, and Russell Wilson. Okay, so I pulled up the numbers for Taysom. So his base salary this year is like a little over $1 million. His cap hit is 6.8. His dead cap is like $23 million.
Like, how the fuck?
There's no way they can get rid of him, bro. There's no way. It says the potential out is for like next year in 2024 when his dead cap, because next year his cap hit goes to 15.7 million and he'll have a dead cap of 16.9.
How? Like, I don't understand, man. It's...
Ooh, buddy. Okay, all right. I guess that answers that question. I know teams don't like to do this, but like just going off of what he's gonna make, like there has to be some type of role carved out for him this year.
Yeah. Has to be. What it will be, I don't know, man.
I don't know either. But let's get to running back. Alvin Kamara, Jamal Williams, Kendre Miller, Inu Benjamin, who I forgot was even on the team, and then 2 undrafted running back free agents, one of them being from Texas Tech, Sarandrick Thompson and Ellis Merriweather, who I think they just signed after the rookie camp. This position is going to, I know we talked about the wide receivers in depth, but this position paired honestly with offensive line to me is going to be the lifeblood of the offense, is really going to determine how successful they'll be offensively.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now the elephant in the room is AK, but they have done a great job of, I don't think they did this purposely, but they kind of like were looking at it like they didn't have AK on the team, right? Like they went out in free agency and signed Jamal Williams. They drafted Kendre Miller, who, hopefully by the time season comes around, he'll actually be healthy and he can, he'll be able to play. But even if AK has to serve a suspension or he gets dinged up, your offense's running game does not come to a complete halt because AK isn't available, which I think is has been a crucial thing for them after the last couple of seasons.
Right, because you remember when AK was, if AP was hurt, it's like, okay, well, here's a loss, here's a loss, here's a loss. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it was dreadful.
that was it. It's dreadful. It's done. But now, you got not just depth there, but like good players. Jamal Williams, man, he's a good player. We'll see what Miller brings. He's been talking his little shit. He seems like he's ready to go.
Does that sit well with you, or do you feel like maybe
I just kind of heard enough. I heard enough. Like, it's not right, bro. You ain't even healthy yet. Like, just shut up. Like, to answer your question, just stick to the, look, I'm just gonna come in and learn from my guys in front of me and do the best I can, and I'm ready to come in and work. Blah blah blah. See whatever. Like, you just chill out a little bit. Just chill. And I'm somebody that loves shit talking. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not like one of these but just chill, bro. Just chill. You gotta play your role. Just play your role. That time will come. And I don't even think, like, if everybody's healthy, I don't think you're gonna see them much early in the season. But we know these guys get dinged up, man. And look, it'd be interesting for him. Like when I studied him, I felt similar when I saw AK, where there was potential in the pass game, even though he wasn't used that way much at TCU. Right. There is potential there, but we won't know until we see it. And there's very few like AK. But like, then you think about it, like, what if all of them healthy? It's like, man, that's a lot of snaps to go around. How do you?
Don't care, man. It was the same logic we heard back in 2018 or 2020 or whatever. And some of the Saints media people will be like, it's only one ball to go around. I don't care. Figure it out. Figure it out.
Figure that shit out.
Can never have enough good playmakers. Can't have it. It's not possible. But it's going it's going to be the lifeblood of the offense is the run game, because it's been just poor, man. Can I see like a 30-yard, 35, 40-yard run play? Like,
what is that?
I don't know, bro. Like a shooting star. Like, I need it back. I need it back, man.
It's like nothing was blocked. Everything was just getting tackled at the line of scrimmage. If not, that's another thing, man. We talked about the offensive line. We always think of pass blocking with O-line, but really this run blocking unit, and this is a defensive head coach. He wants to run the ball. He wants to be able to sustain offense. It's important for them to bust these holes open, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Get the guys in there that can do it, even if it takes some rotation. I remember like New England and shit, they'll be rotating guards out depending on, do what you got to do. Do what you got to do.
Yeah, and obviously having a quarterback like Derek Carr who may make a check into a different play help.
Yeah, he can look at the box.
Just make just to the best of your ability, make it easier on the offense. If the running game's going, is getting consistent 4.5 yards, it just makes everything a lot easier, man. Just a lot easier. Adam Prentice, fullback. Does he make the team? I know this is early, but like,
I don't know, man. Like, does Pete Carmichael love the fullback like Sean Payton did? I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe Pete gonna put his nuts down and just say, no more, Sean. Like, I'm my own man. Just step up. And to do that, he'll cut the fucking fullback. Just like out of defiance. And then he looks at his phone like, oh shit, Sean, go see it on the waivers. Is he going to Texas? He go just fucking with you. Quarterback room: Derek Carr, Jameis Winston, Jake Haener.
Right. I like that, man. I like that quarterback room, man.
I do too, man.
If you think about it, like with the preseason and all that, one thing I hate is you try and develop all these wide receivers and skill possession players. Then you got like dumpster fire throwing to them. Oh man, like you're gonna have Jameis Winston throwing to these guys. as the number 2 quarterback in camp, a starting quarterback with a good arm. So that's going to be like so valuable. So it's not like,
it's not like a drop off, not a huge drop off.
This huge drop off where, okay, like, oh, this second team, here we go. Nah, man, like these are going to be like some valuable snaps. And look, Jake Hayner, man, like, say what you want, bro. Like, everything I've seen about him, he just looks like a guy that's going to be around for
looks
a
like
while,
he belongs, man. Looks like he belongs.
Like, if you just go look at the clips that the Saints put out from minicamp, man, like quarterbacks don't usually look like that when they come into the league first, bro. Like, that ball was just coming out, boom. Boom,
look just like he did in college, bro. Like, balls out fast, like reads like he.
Accurate.
All right, let me calm down a little bit. Like, I don't want to get the Haynard fever just take over me. But I'm just saying, like, even if he could just be Chase Daniel, right? Like, that's a great pick, bro. Like, that's a great
pick, man. That's a great pick. So I look forward to that, man. And like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing him in the preseason just to see how he adapts to the pro style offense and stuff like that. That's a good quarterback, bro. Good quarterback. A lot of talking, a lot of loud voices. So that's just gonna be good for the whole team, bro. And I mean, look, I don't think it's not like Derek Carr been injured, but he has missed a game here and a game there every now and then. He got a nice run that, I wouldn't be freaked out if Derek Carr had to miss 2 games. Not like I'd be freaked out or nothing. Like, okay, you got Jameis Winston in there. You got Jake Hayner. He probably won't. He'll be the 3rd quarterback most likely. Then shit, if all else fails, you got Taysom Hill in there. Throw him in there.
Speaking of a fucking role. I don't know, and I don't know what it is or what it was. Maybe it was just the photo. It was just that pic of Derek Carr came out, bro. Like, they've been posting those Eric thirst traps, on social media, bro. And I tweeted this yesterday. I was like, man, I thought this was the Black account for a little bit, bro. Like, is this Black Raw? Like, who is Alex? Who is taking these pictures? I don't mind them, but I'm just saying. I was actually gonna make a point about Derek Carr, but I completely forgot it. Yeah, it's going. Let's move on. So we hit on the offense. Let's go down to the defense. I'm going to start with the edge rushers. Cam Jordan, Tano passing now. Jabari, no. Carl Granderson, Isaiah Foskey, Peyton Turner.
Like Greg Rosenthal said in his projected starter series he's like, I'm not seeing the pass rush here. Like,
the Greg voice.
I agree. I'm not really seeing the pass rush. I'm not saying they might still be able to generate pass rush, with scheme and stuff like that, but I'm not seeing the line up for and go get them pass rush, especially from the defensive end position. But we'll see. Foskey, we'll see what he brings to the table as a defensive end. He looks the part.
I mean, I mean, technically the person that should be the key is Peyton Turner, but I speak with whatever the player that
Foskey's in front of him on the depth chart.
Funny enough, our lads has Foskey in front of him too.
Come on, man.
Denim is in demand at Plato's Closet in West Ashley and North Charleston. Get cash on the spot for everything denim. Bring in your trendy and classic styles of gently used name brand denim. Get paid for your denim shorts, skirts, jackets, jeans, and more. We're looking for denim that is blue, black, or a bold color, and jeans in styles like mom jeans, bootcut, baggy, flared, and ripped. We want everything denim. Sell your denim for cash at Plato's Closet today. Plato's Closet, located in West Ashley on Sam Rittenberg Boulevard and North Charleston on Rivers Avenue.
Yes, but like to me, the key is Foskey, and I'm like, he doesn't have to come in and just be DeMarcus Ware, but like if he could just be a solid defensive end that can apply pressure consistently and don't do like, and don't lose contain too badly in the run game. As a rookie, I think you have to take that.
Right.
You got to take it.
If the quarterback's, taking off, can hunt down the quarterback and, tackle him before he gets past the line of scrimmage and stuff like that. Like, that'll be huge, bro. That'll be huge.
It would be. How much does Cam still have in the tank?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, the fact that he's still going is great, too.
It's wild.
If he could, just give us a nice 8-9 sack season, got one of the holes left in you, that'd be nice. Because last year it was looking bad for a little while, bro. It was like, where you at? And then he started to bring it on. We kind of need him to, kind of start off strong. But, whatever you get from Cam, man, you just got to be thankful for it. I was surprised I heard, talk about an extension and all that. I'm like, extension? Like, okay, like, I guess. But
my guess for the extension, and I tweeted this, or maybe I put it in the Discord, I don't know, was that, they're potentially working on an extension for him for a 2-year extension. And just knowing how this team is, it's one of those things where, like, if they want to extend him, that means that his number is going to go even lower. And then they take that money that they've opened up and add another player. Now, that player could be a Hunter Renfrow. The player that we continue to hope that is not is Frank Clark. We know, and I've said this consistently on the pod, that the Saints have been wanting to address a veteran pass rusher in free agency. It seems like the reason why they haven't up to this point is just the price tag for veteran free agents for defensive ends has been too steep for them. But if they extend Cam and they want to add another edge rusher who's a vet, which would be kind of like the icing on the cake for the offseason, just don't sully your offseason, man. Just don't sully it, bro. Please don't sully it.
Please. Why is nobody else signing him?
I mean, I think that it goes to the, like, he wants him, Leonard Floyd, who else is there? The Jaguars, Yannick Ngakoue. Yeah. They all, and I think Clowney, although I can't confirm this, like at least those three that I named want $6 million-ish plus to start. Like that's like they're not taking anything less than that, and I think that is a turnoff for a lot of teams right now. So.
Man,
we'll see.
Any of them, man, for $6 million.
Can we talk about this with Greg? Talked about this with another friend. Just go get Justin Houston, man. Just
go get him.
Just 20 snaps a game, 25,
2-3 million, bro. Bring him on,
man. Like I don't care if he doesn't fit the scheme. He just go get him. Anyway, let's move into defensive tackle. Nathan Shepard. What's it? Is it? Yeah. Sanders, Malcolm Roach, Brian Breesy, and they got some very long shots to make the team. Jack Heflin, Prince, Emily, Deron Cage. This whole group of defensive tackles, hinges on, can Brian Bresee be good and not be hurt? And the signings of the defensive tackles they signed in free agency with Nathan Shepard and Saunders, can those players kind of maybe outperform like the contracts that they've signed?
Right. Nah, man, it's a who knows, man. We'll see. D-line, no, that's the biggest. It was the question going into this off season, and it's the question coming out of it. They've addressed it, but it's still a question. You know?
Yes.
Because it's not like they went out and got, Hargrave or something like that. And they didn't get some big name, DT or DE yet, anyway. It's still a question. It should be interesting. They got some guys, though. Like, they got guys like Bresee. Man, that dude is huge, bro. You just see pictures
big,
of him.
Bro.
He just looks the part. Same thing for Foskey, looks the part. The two guys they signed, should be interesting. Those guys have played a lot, so they will get playing time. So it's just going to be one of those position groups that Saints just got to roll with and hope it works out. Might have to scheme a little bit, scheme some pressures up and stuff. But, I don't think as of right now, it's hard to look at the D-line and be like, okay, that's the strength of the team. It's not.
Yes. No, it is not. It is not. Let's hit up linebacker really quickly.
Ooh.
Got Pete Warner, Demario Davis, Zach Bond, Andrew Dow, Marco Jackson, Ty Summers, Nymphy Sewell, and then some undrafted free agents, Nick Anderson, who played at Tulane, Anthony Orjai, sure. Can Pete Warner, one, stay healthy, two, continue to be an ascending player? And can Demario Davis kind of keep Father Time at arm's reach?
Those are the questions.
Because you don't have the luxury of having and it was Caden Ellis before last season had he'd come in, make some plays here and there, but nothing long term, obviously like last season. But you don't really have that in the back pocket anymore, because we know that Zach Bond getting playing time, it's not happening. Right. But like a big thing for this group is can DeMarco Jackson show something? Like, he got hurt last year, right? He didn't play,
right.
And maybe it's a lot to ask for a later round pick at linebacker. But I'm not saying I don't need him to be a starter. We don't need him to be a starter. But can you be a depth piece at the linebacker position if you need to play a game or two?
You need somebody to step up, man, because that's playing with fire.
Mm-hmm.
You got an elder Demario up in there, and Pete Werner, who, as good as he's been, he's missed time every year he's played, So that's playing with fire at that position, especially when you already got issues on your D-line, so you would hope to fill a gap with some of your linebackers running some kind of stunts and schemes and stuff. So you don't even have that. The rest of those guys, that's just special teams, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So, I know they probably hope Bond can step up, but, I mean, come on, man. It's like,
bro. Come on, man.
Can Bond be Ellis? Like, can he do that? Be like a strong side, I don't know.
Even if he could, I don't even know if he would get the opportunity to do that,
right,
bro. Like,
right, exactly.
It's a position that if the main two guys are healthy, and if Demario Davis can, again, kind of have a bounce back season from last year. He didn't have a bad season last year, but it wasn't the Demario Davis standards we had come to see. If the two top guys can be healthy and play at their level, linebacker is in a great position. But it's just kind of
after that.
Tricky. And like, if I'm them, I'm calling Quan Alexander
easy.
expeditiously and saying, "Hey, bro, come take this 1-year deal." You know, it's an easy. Like, you need depth. We talked about depth at the wide receiver position. Talked about depth at the offensive line position. They need depth at the linebacker position, unless they just maybe they saw something to Marco. But I wouldn't bank on that. Like,
and they got
adding.
How DA is. He probably he look at see Jonathan Abrams, who they signed. Maybe that's a guy they stick down there, or maybe Honey Badger, or I don't know.
Going to the cornerback position, Paulson Adebo, Marshawn Lattimore, Alontae Taylor, Isaac Yiadom, Torrey Pride Jr., and then Anthony Johnson, an undrafted free agent, and then Bradley Roby and Lonnie Johnson.
I forgot about Lonnie.
Yeah. That's strength of the team right there, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Strength of the defense.
Strength of the defense is your cornerbacks. You got depth there. You got experience. We'll be interested to see, because, according to reports, Adebo was dealing with that injury, all through last year. So does he bounce back from that? Alontae Taylor, will the coaching staff just buy into the dude, even though he might talk a little junk, or you might have a little attitude here and there? Will they buy into him 100%, let him start? That's the ultimate question for me. I think with him and Lattimore on the outside, I think that's just a stout cornerback group, man, like real stout. But look, he has things to prove. He wasn't perfect last year. He missed some tackles. He was over aggressive. So, Alontae Taylor has some things to kind of grow from too in this year too. And just like Adebo, he has to bounce back from his second year. I don't want to see Roby. I don't want to see Roby unless they're playing some kind of crazy 4-quarter defense. I don't want to see Roby, bro. I'm good on that.
You done? Does he make the team? Should he make the team?
He probably does. He probably makes it. Just because of the position. You know what I'm saying? He'd be like this year's Chris Harris, Yeah.
I don't want to see Roby no more either, bro. Don't want to see him. Don't want to. Safeties: Marcus May, Tyrann Mathieu. You just mentioned Jonathan Abram, Smoke Monday, JT Gray, great special teamer, and the rookie that they drafted, Jordan Howden.
Jordan Howden is like the most non-talked about drafted player.
Draft pick, but probably like the one that's probably might play like the most out of all of them, bro.
Might be lined up week 1, bro.
I wouldn't be shocked at all, bro.
Wouldn't be shocked at all, man. And from reports, he was lined up all over the place at rookie camp. Looks the part. He's one of those guys the coaching staff likes. Kind of does it all, tough, plays with attitude. So it wouldn't surprise me to see. I don't know where he played, maybe whether it's 2 deep shell, or they stick him down in the box, whatever. I think they're gonna find a role for him at least to get some snaps. Then you got May. We'll see. How everything plays out with him, but you're hoping that, he just has healthy and no other off the field bullshit, just healthy and come in and play. Tyrann Mathieu, he was on New Orleans Football, did a little interview on that. He was just talking about how everybody was there for OTAs, which is, that's good news to hear that, everybody's there. And, he's looking forward to kind of, safeties kind of, growing together and being on the same page this year. He talked about how they weren't all on the same page last year and stuff like that. So, that'll be huge in itself, man, because they need to start fast. They can't start slow, letting all these big plays happen like they did last year.
Can't do it. I think that that's the position group on defense. Obviously, I think we both have an expectation of defensive line and defensive tackle. That's going to be positions unless Brian Breesy and Foskey just show out, bro. Like they just on early. The Saints defensively are going to need the safeties to be good and be good early, man. Good. Because it was some uneven play, especially early last season. And I'll be honest. Here's a question I have. I know I talked about the Taysom Hill thing. Like, what is Marcus May as a player? Like, what is he? Is he like? And that's why when things happen, when you let a player like Marcus Williams walk over essentially peanuts. At the end of the day, bro, I knew what Marcus Williams was. Had no question of what he was as a player. After last season, I could not tell you what Marcus May's role is on this defense. Is he a safety that plays back? Do they want him towards the line of scrimmage?
What do you do great? Like, what is something you do?
Thank you. Now, he has, at least based off last season. Now, he had a really, really good season with the Jets, and then he had like probably like and then another good half-ish season before he got injured, and then the Saints signed him. So he had like a year and a half of having good seasons. Now, obviously, changing defenses, blah, blah, get all that. But it just goes back to my question is I don't know what he is as a player. No clue.
Like, I couldn't describe
him. Like you got to go play, bro. Like, well, depends on what the league says. Like, play and don't pull a gun out. Just be cool, bro.
Go do something. Go pick up the pants up, bro. Like, that's another thing. Like, this secondary, bro. Like, it's too good not to be getting interceptions and turnovers.
Yes.
Like, I know that's it's kind of like a random stat, but they didn't get any last year. All they, bro. Like, it was terrible. Like, at least be like average, 10, 12. 15 turnovers in a season, like, which is not, that's just kind of normal. Like, even the shittiest defenses on the planet, like the Gibbs, the defensive coordinator we had, like 2007 and 8, them defenses was getting turnovers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Last year they wasn't getting none, and still they were able to turn out to be like a decent, solid defense. So if you add the fact that you can get turnovers, man, that would just make a world of difference. Give your offense some short fields. Offense last year, bro, never had a short field, nothing on special teams, nothing on defense. It was a struggle. Struggling.
Oh, it was so hard, man. It was hard.
Everything was hard.
Let's finish up with the specialty groups. And this was important, bro.
Yeah.
Punter, Blake Gilligan. They have an undrafted free agent in Lou Hedley. And then at kicker, there is Will Lutz. There is Alex Cavido and Blake Grupp, who was also an undrafted free agent. College undrafted free agent.
Love it, man. Love it. This showed me a little something with DA. I'm like, okay, DA is at least paying attention. Special teams is so important, and I'm so happy he just brought competition at every level.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's real competition. I don't think it's just bring some guys to camp and see.
I think it is too, man.
They need to see who's coming out. Lutz has to be better. Billiken, whatever his name is, has to be better. Has to be better, bro. He has to be better. Showed out his rookie year. Rookie year showed some things and set on things, and he came back. His first year as a starter, showed some things. Second year, disappointment. Lutz, he missed. If he wasn't terrible last year, but man, he missed some kicks that just come on, man, you can't.
Well, that's the thing with the kicker, man. Like, if you're a kicker, I'm fine if you can't make the 50-yard bounds, bro. But the easy ones got to be consistent and gimmies, man. Gotta be.
So we can't have that. Especially he was coming off a bad year,
Yes.
It's I don't know if it's there or not. So I'm happy that DA brought in competition at every level. You know what I'm saying? To just see who the best, because there's, we're not tied to anybody there, man.
No, they're not. And we talked about wide receiver being a very fascinating position in terms of battles. Punting and special teams, as quote unquote, as boring as it is, they affect the game so much, and that is going to be like that. Those positions are going to be battles because it's needed. It is needed.
No question.
So we did a deep dive. Just give me one thing after we've done this deep dive that kind of stands out to you.
Honestly, it's not even a roster, bro. Coaching, man. It's coaching. Like, none of this shit matters without the coaching, man. And this is what I want to ask you, bro. This is what I want to ask you. What does DA have to do to make you change your mind? And I ain't even talking about, like, wins and shit like that. But shit that you see on the game. We watching the games on Sundays. And the season is over. See the Saints finish with, 10 wins. Maybe they win a playoff game. But what would DA have to show you to be like, okay, just like we was talking about on the Discord about Zach Taylor, how he's grown.
Right.
What would DA have to show you to make you feel like, okay, maybe we on the right track?
I feel like for me, right, and I think I have a different perspective than most, because I feel like a lot of what I know, and not everything, but a lot of what I know in terms of my opinion of him as a coach is things that like have been like told to me, like in confidence, right?
Inside stuff, yeah.
Right. So like, I would say, how do I word this nicely? I think a big thing for me, not just with as a football fit, like a big thing for me is it annoys me when people are in positions of authority or quote unquote power, but they cannot take a criticism, or they can't take any type of, maybe a little talk back or pushback, and then they feel threatened and they have a reaction like, oh nope, can't deal with this. Nope, didn't listen. Like, to me, like, that's childish. Like, me personally, right? That's childish. Like, we are humans. We are mature. There's other ways that as a person you can deal with the situation, right? When one of your best players is talking back to you in training camp a week before the season starts, maybe the first thing to do is not trade him as a power move to like the best team in the NFC just to prove a point. You know what I mean? Like, so for me, it's like, can you show that while, yes, you are the head coach, that you can engage and motivate your players?
Yeah.
Like that, like, to me, that's coaching, right? Now that has nothing to do with X's and O's, right? Nothing to do with X's and O's. His X's and O's defensively, even with the roster turnaround last year, defensively, even with, the rash injuries they had on defense last season, he still showed that defensively, he's a good defensive the defensive coordinator to, at times, can be a great defensive coordinator depending on the talent that he has. But for me, it's like, how do you engage and motivate your players? Like, and that's the thing that that's not something I will know on Sunday, right? Mm-hmm. That's things that I'll have it told to me probably throughout the season. But it's just like, also just don't alienate the team. Like, I think that's a big thing too, bro. Like, and I know like no one came out and said anything last year and they were very professional about it, but like, things weren't hunky-dory in that locker room for obvious reasons. Like, it wasn't a good season. Like, things weren't hunky-dory. And that's the thing for me. Now, is that a thing that he can change, or is that just who he is as a person, and or just what he does, and that also seeps into his coaching? We'll see. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's the thing for me in terms of what it would be for me to kind of change my opinion on him. Because
Yeah.
I mean, let me read this quote because it was posted in our Discord. I want to read this quote that Alex Smith said on a radio show or a podcast or something. And it literally was like, shit, does Dennis Allen coach fucking Alex Smith last season? I'm trying to find it. I hate when my podcasting does this. I'm gonna have to look in our Discord. While I'm looking it up, what about you? What would you say is what would you need to see or know to change your opinion?
I would just have to see him like I'm not just gonna say take chances, but I remember Ron Rivera, his first season with the Panthers, and he was so conservative, bro. So conservative, like it was ridiculous. And then, I think his second year, he started off conservative again, and I don't know what happened, but he started taking chances with Cam Newton. You had this big 6'5", Hercules at quarterback. Started taking more chances with him on fourth down and stuff like that. They started calling him Riverboat Ryan and all that shit. Like, he started, it changed the whole dynamic of the camp. Like, the Panthers became fun. Like a fun team on offense. So I just would like to see that growth from DA. And I'm not saying, I'm not one of these people that's like, go for fourth down every time. Like, a lot of the analytic nerds are like, why didn't you go? Like, I'm not one of those people. Like, it's okay to take a.
It annoys me so much, Ryan. It annoys me so much.
Kick a field goal. It's okay to kick a field goal every night.
Please,
I'm fine with that.
please.
I'm fine with get the points. But last year they were like dead last in going forward. Like they were the opposite end. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't need to be that conservative. Take some chances. Let Pete coach. And I'm not saying, he didn't let Pete coach last year, but like, at least motivate Pete. Like, if you're not let it go and motivate him, man, cook something up. Give me some plays, bro. You didn't set him behind Sean Payton all these years. Cook something up. We got your weapons. We got your running backs. We got your wide receivers. Man,
I trust you. I trust you to run the offense.
I trust you. Run it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the driver of football. Offenses run football. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm in the AFC and I'm trying to win a Super Bowl, bro, like, yeah, we need defense. We need defensive ends, pass rushers, and this and that, bro. But I'm looking at Patrick Mahomes. I'm like, we got to outscore this motherfucker.
Or him.
We got to outscore. Man, you got to. So it's like, I just want to see him take that ownership and just, become that aggressive team that Saints have been for years. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And be that, but in his own version. Like, just make this team yours and be your own version of aggressive. Defensively too, be more aggressive. I just want to see that. I just want to see him put a stamp on his team that's not sleepy, bro. That put me to sleep.
Bro, we was in those Zooms just like, whew.
Just looking, bro. Like, just talking about anything else but the games.
So I found the quote or the tweet is from @Eric_Crocker, who is, I guess, the host of the Locked On 49ers podcast. He's blocked for some reason. Who knows why he's blocked? But no shock there. But I'm going to read the tweet. Just heard Alex Smith talk about how he feels defensive head coaches struggle to develop quarterbacks because of their conservative mindset. He said defensive coordinators' mindsets are don't screw up, don't turn the ball over, don't put us in a bad situation. Now, Alex Smith was saying that in terms of developing quarterbacks. That was DA's whole MO all of last season.
Yeah.
All of last season. To the point, and I know Pete Carmichael got a lot of heat, and at times it was deserved, but a lot of that play calling was exactly the offense that Dennis Allen wanted Pete Carmichael to run the offense. Again, we've said it numerous times, that fever pitch dream of winning a football game 13-0 against the Bucs. Like, just do enough, and my defense will just do enough, and blah blah. And I don't like. So again, to their credit, they've gone out, they've gotten the weapons, they got the quarterback, they've added a tight end, all this said, right? Now they should be able to, but like you said, DA has to show that he can trust Pete Carmichael to just do his thing offensively. Also, maybe you just, and this was me, right? I know Pete Carmichael is the OC, and I'm out there I'm gonna talk to Ronald Curry a little bit about, hey, bro, what you think?
What you think, bro? Can we?
You got some ideas? I'm saying, bro. Like I'm just saying. But we have. I mean, this is May 18th. We have essentially 4 more months before football comes back, give or take. And we have a lot to talk about. We've gone an hour and 15 minutes, really doing a deep, thorough breakdown of the Saints roster.
We had nothing to talk about.
Apparently we did, right? This is when we have nothing to talk about. I don't want to know us when we have something to talk about. But we do have. I hope within next week, in the upcoming weeks, we'll have some actual guests that can come on the podcast and chop it up with us. Or if not, we had great ideas in the Discord of just episodes we can do, just like the best Saints team and do it draft style, or the worst Saints team and do it draft style, which would be hilarious to see. So there's things that we can do. So don't worry, we got y'all covered. At least one episode a week, we will put something out. But truly, thank y'all. The fact that that we'll be ordering 30 plus tickets tomorrow for the Raiders, or certainly for the Rams game in December, and there's going to be 30 of us or 31 plus of us at that game. I will have, I know Elise has our banner, and she keeps it in New Orleans for us, but I will make another banner for here in LA. The banner is going to be at the game. We're going to be repping. It's going to be crazy, man. It's going to be nuts. That game.
I'm trying to get to that, man.
The Bears game. Yeah, man, it's crazy. We got a whole set. So the lady said we're going to be sitting in a certain section. I'm not going to say the section just in case someone becomes like an asshole and tries to buy them all out. But sitting in a certain section, and there's going to be 10 of us per row, bro. Just all out here, bro. Out here. Anyway, thank y'all so much. If you've been a long time listener and finally want to support us, please become a Patreon. Like Ryan said, it will only, like, even if you could do $1 a month, because we're really trying to hit our goal of getting to 200 Patreons, hopefully maybe by the end of this month. But follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, social media, retweet, quote tweet, like us, all that, please, just so we can continue to do what we do for us as a community, man, as a Saints Twitter podcast football community. But with that, we will be back next week. Thank y'all for all the support. Thank y'all for listening. With that, we're out.
Peace.
Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.